Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new day. It is Tuesday afternoon. It's 12:37. I just got out of Meijer, just picked up a few things to get us through the week. What you're looking at here is the steering wheel. But I actually just wanted to take this time and give you guys an update on how Glenn is doing, how we're doing, and what happened. But first I want to thank you all so much for your continued support, your prayers, your kind words. They mean so much to us, and Glenn thanks you as well. So thank you guys so much for being the wonderful community that you are. So I'll go over what happened and then I'll give you an update. So we were fishing. We went, you've already seen the video of when we went fishing Thursday. And since I was catching bluegill, we decided to go back Friday morning. So we went back on Friday morning and we only fished till like noon because we knew that it was gonna rain. So that's why we went earlier. And then the rain set in and we left. So we were fishing and we came back home, did the whole thing, and as we were unloading the truck, we were parked in the driveway, and that's one thing we said is thank God it happened at home and not while we were way out there where we were very unfamiliar as to where a hospital would be, because it's kind of in there's nothing around basically, so thank God it happened in our own hometown. So I had offloaded everything. I unhooked the trailer and everything, and no, I didn't unhook the trailer yet. So this happened before I unhooked the trailer. So I was unpacking everything, and then I took Gypsy inside the house, which I normally do, and then I come out and help Glenn out and get him back to the trailer. So I came outside to the truck, was closing up the driver's side, and I put his scooter by the passenger door, which he gets out by, and I came around to close up the because it was raining, I was trying to kind of hurry, and I came around to the driver's side to close the door and get all that closed up. And as I was shutting the driver's side door, Glenn was already trying to get out, and we're not quite sure exactly what happened, but his ankle gave out, and as I was closing the driver door, all I heard was shit, and that was Glenn falling. So I ran around the truck to see what happened. I actually, from the driver's side, I could see him going down, and at that point my heart just dropped, because yeah, you know what that means, is I can't get him up myself. He's a big guy and I can't get him up myself, so we knew what we were gonna have to do. So I ran around the truck to get to him. He was basically sitting on the ground, and his ankle was hurt, his left ankle and his left knee. He banged it up, and there was no way he was going to be able to get up on his own. So at that point, I was just like thinking to myself, just take a breath. Don't get overly excited, and we're gonna have to deal with it. So I just told him I'm gonna have to call 911, and I know somebody made a comment about just calling the police. I get that. So anyway, I called 911, explained to them what happened, and so they sent an ambulance with the fire truck. And yeah, Glenn couldn't move his left leg, so we were concerned whether it was broken, but after a few minutes he said he was able to move his leg a little bit, so we knew at that point the leg was not broken. There was no bones showing, no abnormalities or anything, but his ankle was very sore. He could not really move it. So the rescue guys came, and they basically said he should really go to the hospital if they didn't know if his ankle was broken or if there was a serious injury. His back is hurting, and everything was hurting him at this point. So he agreed. He went to the hospital, so they took him in the ambulance, and I still had to finish closing up the trailer and everything. So not thinking that he would need, I knew he wasn't going to stay the night. I knew that, but not thinking that he would need the scooter to get back home. As they drove off with him and I had to close everything up, I unhooked the trailer, not thinking I should have just left it hooked up and taken everything to the hospital. I unhooked it, I put the scooter in the garage, and I guess my mind was just get to the hospital, and that's where I was at that point. So not thinking logically, I should have just left the trailer hooked up. So nonetheless, I unhooked it, I got the house closed up, make sure everything was closed up and okay, and I drove to the hospital. Now the hospital where we are at is not far at all. It's actually probably less than a mile. So I drove to the hospital, got to the emergency room, and when I did that short little vlog of me telling you Glenn went to the hospital, I was there for less than 5 minutes before they took me back. So yeah, in the end it turned out to be a sprained ankle and bruised knee. So they sent him home. Well, we were in the ER for, I don't know, a good 4 hours at least, and then so they wrapped his ankle. They wrapped his ankle and pretty much sent him on his way. He doesn't have like insurance or anything, so he has because he's on Social Security, he has the Medicare Part A or whatever, which doesn't really pay for much. So they gave him paperwork to fill out to get assistance to pay for the visit. So yeah, they really didn't do much for him except for wrap his ankle, but he did tell him his back was very sore and his right knee was sore, but they didn't bother looking at that. But I guess, it is what it is. So they sent him home with the wrapped ankle, and I had sent his wheelchair with them in the ambulance, so he would have that there, which I'm glad they did. We did that. So he didn't have any crutches or anything, so I just helped them get from the hospital bed to his wheelchair, and I wheeled him out to, he wanted to go outside, he didn't want to be in there anymore. So he just waited in almost like the lobby area, and I had to run home and get the scooter. So I had to get the scooter, put it in the trailer, and re-hook up the trailer again to get all that to the hospital. So we did all that, and then there was no way he was going to be able to put pressure on the ankle to get back inside the truck. And since we don't live far from the hospital, he said, I will just ride the scooter home. So that's what we did. Otherwise, he would have had to ride the scooter up to the back of the trailer and stay in there to get home. So he ended up just riding the scooter home. You don't have to put any pressure on your feet or anything to ride the scooter. There's no pedals to push. So he just did that, and we got him home that way. We actually really don't live far from the hospital. So thank God he got home, and at least we were at home. He went back in the trailer. He hobbled back to the bed, and yeah, so They didn't really prescribe anything except like Tylenol, and they wanted to give him naproxen, but he can't take that. It makes him break out in itchies. So did that. He took some Tylenol, and I could see that the bottom of his foot was turning black and blue, and his toes were getting a little puffy. Everything kind of just swelled up on him, and his foot got a little black and blue, not all over, but around his toes and under his foot. But he basically couldn't move anything, and the next day his whole body felt like he got hit by a semi. So yeah, it's now Tuesday. This happened on Friday, so he's resting in bed in the trailer. I just bring him out his meals, so he hasn't attempted to walk on it yet because the bottom of his foot is very sore still. So I help him with the personal stuff like going pee and stuff like that. So yeah, so he's doing better. Today he felt a little more sore than yesterday, but overall he's doing well. He's doing better. I'm doing okay. I'm fine. So thank you all for your kind words. And but yeah, he's still in the recovery mode. I'm guessing he's not going to be able to walk on his foot for at least a week. And he was really bummed because this happened on Friday, and he was actually planning to go to the RC airfield on Saturday to fly some of his airplanes. So he was really bummed about that. But so we're just thankful because this could have went all kinds of different ways. It could have been broken. We could have been way out there where we're not familiar with anything as far as where the hospital is. So we're very grateful, thankful that it happened where it did at our house, and we're thankful that it wasn't broken or much more serious. I'm still praying for a full recovery without any complications afterwards, and we all know that can happen. So, but I just wanted to take this time, let you know he's doing okay. The other day, the next day, he actually got real sick to his stomach. He was sleeping, he said, and he just woke up because he felt like he was going to throw up, and he didn't make it to get a bag in time, and he threw up all over the floor. So he called me we communicate with the two-way radios because it's much quicker than trying to text or call. And he asked if I could come and help him, and I just cleaned it all up and made sure he was okay, and he didn't throw up anymore after that. But he's been okay ever since as far as his stomach. And yeah, so right now he's just getting some rest and letting his foot rest, his whole leg rest, and just I'm sure he's going to start getting impatient, but he knows he can't do anything right now, and I'm just going to have to make sure he doesn't try to walk on it before he should. So, but other than that, we're doing good. And again, thank you all so much for your thoughts and prayers. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. And so yeah, as far as I haven't really recorded much since. I recorded a couple meals, but I'm not sure how that'll come out in a video. I do have I did record the fishing trip, some of the fishing trip prior to the incident, so I still have to edit it. We took a little bit of a different drive that you'll see in the video, so I'm not sure. Other than that, I haven't recorded much. And but as far as meals, Friday when it happened, we got home and we just had those frozen pizzas that we got from the pantry. I didn't even record it. Some of the meals I didn't even think to record. We've had tacos over the weekend and stuff like that. So, all right. But again, I just wanted to give you a little update, let you know what happened and how he's doing, how I'm doing. We're doing really good now, and he's just in the recovery and resting mode. So, All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And again, thank you so much for all your support. I can't thank you guys enough. You're such a wonderful community. You guys are the best. So I'll edit the other video, fishing before this happened. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to go ahead and close this video out right here, so I can get home. And thank you all again. And thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I really appreciate your support. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.